Deep in the waters near the southern Philippines lies a mystery few dare to investigate. Ruins beneath the sea, tribal legends of sunken kingdoms, and whispers of a lost civilization. But here's the twist. These stories aren't just myths. New underwater surveys and DNA research are connecting these tales to ancient tribes in the Philippines, and even linking them to global stories of Atlantis. Could a Filipino tribe hold the secret to the world's most enduring myth? Tribes in the southern Philippines, particularly in Zamboanga, Palawan and the Sulu Sea, tell stories passed down through generations about cities swallowed by the ocean. One such legend is of Kumalarang, an ancient kingdom said to have sunk beneath the waves after angering the gods. Locals speak of temples underwater, sacred statues seen only by deep-sea divers, and mysterious patterns carved into stone slabs that have no known origin. In recent years, sonar and satellite mapping has identified submerged platforms, walls, and symmetrical structures off the coast of southern Mindanao and Palawan. These structures are not volcanic. They resemble urban layouts, and they sit in waters once dry during the Ice Age. In other words, they were built when sea levels were lower, possibly over 10,000 years ago. This time frame eerily aligns with global myths of catastrophic floods, including Atlantis. Known as sea nomads, the Sama-Bajau people have lived on boats for centuries, navigating coastal waters with incredible skill. But many believe their origin lies in a land-based kingdom that disappeared beneath the sea. They speak of ancestral cities that vanished, a migration that began after a massive flood, and guarding ancient symbols and songs no longer understood. Some of their oral traditions describe celestial warnings, tidal waves, and the day the land cracked. DNA analysis of the Sama-Bajau reveals deep Austronesian roots, but also ancient signatures suggesting connections to even earlier populations, possibly remnants of a lost maritime culture. Their navigational skills and cultural isolation preserved a unique genetic code. Some theorists suggest that their DNA may carry traces of a seafaring people that once connected Southeast Asia, the Pacific, and even parts of the Indian Ocean. Plato described Atlantis as a powerful island kingdom advanced in technology and trade, destroyed in a sudden cataclysm, and existing over 9,000 years before his time. He said it lay beyond the Pillars of Hercules, but, many believe he was referencing an archetypal story, a tale that repeated across the globe in different forms. If Atlantis was real, it might have been one of many civilizations wiped out during the melting of the last ice age. Could the Philippines have been home to one of them? Tabataha Reef. Deep within this protected marine area are unusual coral formations over stone beds with straight lines, rare in nature. Balabac, Palawan, fishermen describe stone roads under the sea, and divers have reported structures resembling walls and steps. Basilan Strait sonar surveys revealed symmetrical terraces now submerged, possibly once agricultural or ceremonial spaces. Each of these may have once been part of a larger landmass now buried underwater. Around 10,000 years ago, global sea levels rose by over 120 meters due to melting glaciers. This, submerged vast areas of coastal land, especially in Southeast Asia. Sundaland, a massive landmass connecting Malaysia, Indonesia and the Philippines, was slowly erased. Cultures were forced to migrate. Many left behind ruins that are only now being discovered. Atlantis may not have been a single place, it may have been a dozen places lost to time and tide. If any tribe today remembers that cataclysm, it's the Sama-Bajau. Their stories, their DNA, and their location all point to a forgotten kingdom. They are among the last people who live entirely on water because, perhaps long ago, they lost their land. Their boats are not just transportation, they are floating temples preserving a way of life older than history itself. Mainstream archaeologists are cautious. They argue there's no definitive proof linking these underwater structures to Atlantis. Some dismiss it as pseudoscience or, just overinterpreted sonar images. But others, explorers, independent researchers, and geneticists, urge us to listen to the combination of oral memory, physical evidence, and genetic uniqueness. Where smoke exists, fire may once have burned. This story isn't about Atlantis. It's about human memory surviving through stories, ancient wisdom carried in DNA, and the idea that civilizations rise, fall, and vanish, not because they weren't advanced, but because nature is more powerful than anything we build. And somewhere, in the songs of the Sama-Bajau, the stones of Palawan, and the blood of islanders, there is a message left behind. We often think of the past as primitive, but what if it was deeply advanced, in ways we no longer understand? What if the Philippines once held one of Earth's great civilizations, only to be erased by time and ocean? And what if the people who remember it best are still sailing the waters today?